Hello, namaste, and welcome to the Soul to Soul Conversations podcast. We're thrilled to be here with you again into November. I'm Caroline Crawford.
And I'm Paul Crawford.
And in this podcast, we're going to be talking about times to be of inspiration, a time for action, because now it's just such an auspicious time with these energies that are encouraging us and supporting us and inspiring us that we start to put our energies into that.
Yeah, so it's not about waiting to be inspired. It's about creating the environment that will inspire you, that will allow that inspiration to come through. And that is done by having and setting aside some intentional, focused time. A time where and it only need be, say, maybe 10 to 20 minutes. It's all about quality and not the duration of it. And what you'll find is that as you set yourself that focused time, that you are really sending a message out to your higher self, you're sending a message out to the universe that you're ready, that you're willing, that you want to take your part in this whole role of this further expansion and allowing yourself to be present in that moment. And as you do that, as you create that stage, then that further clarity and that greater inspiration will start to come through more. So it's not something that you force. It's something that you're setting the stage to allow it in, to allow it to happen.
Yeah. And by doing that, as we practice that, it really nurtures a stronger connection to our true self, and this strengthens the momentum then, doesn't it, towards our passions, and helps harmonise our current energetics and ourselves with those current energies that are really supporting our growth and our transformation at this time. And it's about, as well, just creating new habits, with conscious thoughts, with our focus, and reclaiming and re-energizing our dreams and re-energizing and building an environment where then that inspiration can really naturally flow from us, because inspiration isn't something that we should chase after. Inspiration is aligning ourselves with our true self and allowing that to flow, because that is when it begins to open up to more.
Yeah, and as part of that, to set the stage, as it were, we need to remove the distractions that are there, that are in our lives. And I think the phone is a very big one, because, and we're just as guilty as anybody else about...
And laptops.
Yeah, and laptops and everything else, with all the scrolling that we do, the social media that we feel the need to react to and to respond to. And it's allowing yourself to find and make a space away from those distractions. And as you do that, you're creating a different energy to yourself. So even though you might not be feeling that inspiration, you're not really feeling this desire to go and do it, by actually creating the space, setting the stage, getting the environment right. It might be that you just play some nice gentle music in the background. You're actually setting yourself up for success. The success of opening up the channels of that inner creativity to come flowing through into your life. And trust us, it will do. If you take these steps, it will happen.
Yes, I think setting aside the time, removing distractions, opening up to that energy of your higher self, to creating that still space, to really connect on that deeper level. But also I think, it's so important now that we do realise how these energies are really increasing and accelerating as we're all evolving. And it's a very auspicious time now with these current energies that are merging and helping weave and help us entwine with these energies to bring about more support for our existence to be creative. It's the reason we came here, isn't it? We came here on this earth to create, to be part of that co-creation, to coexist with the energies of our higher selves, and to really bring that forth. And Paul made an important point about setting the stage, and many of you that know me, I do like my little rituals. When I sit down to be inspired, whether it's to write or do a reading or give healing, I love to light a candle, to just take a few moments, just literally to do some deep breaths, to call on the energy of my soul. And we'll find then that opens the door, like we say, it signals you're ready, you're open. But now is also a time to ask yourself, what is on my wish list? What do I desire? Because Paul and I did this recently. We said we need to re-energize things, and this, by doing that, it awakens it within us, and then those desires and that inspiration becomes a stronger part of us. And the more that we set aside that little bit of time on a regular basis, it's like making an appointment with yourself, making an appointment with your soul. So that are non-negotiable moments to help you expand, to help you in your evolution, to really live your joy. So by doing that, it can just help establish what our wishes are, what our desires are, and then step by step taking that inspiration and those little actions towards that. And it may be as well that we just need to come into a greater alignment with our energy, have a bit more focus, because as we do that, we find that clarity starts to come. And I was thinking just before we started this podcast a few moments ago that it's rather like when we move into a new house. We don't want to do everything all at once, but we do maybe step by step, one room at a time, or we might do a little, if you're anything like me, a little bit in this room and a little bit in that room. But then as we make that space, that quiet time, the ideas come to us, don't they? The inspiration flows to us. So take that time into really checking in and making that focus.
Yeah, and what you're doing is you're creating new habits. And if you're doing it in the right way, those habits will stay with you for a lifetime. Because the more that you do them, you'll start to feel the benefits from it all. And therefore, you're going to be even more inspired to do them even more regularly. And what we're doing is we're training our minds and our energy to prioritize what is important to us, what really matters to us. Because often it's our dreams and our wish list that we put to one side, and we do the everyday things that take place. And what this is all about is making time for those things that we really wish to achieve, what we want to achieve. And as Caroline was saying, in revisiting some of your old wish list or your old desires, you start to create a greater clarity with it. You start to re-energize it. And it might be that what you previously were on your wish list is no longer there. Or you may find that you've actually already achieved it. So you're opening yourselves up to creating a more expanded wish list as part of, because as we change, everything about us changes, and therefore our desires will also change, and it's allowing us to be free within that. And I often think about doing it in stages, set in time, about if you want to create a beautiful garden, you don't just go from zero to a complete, a quick, wonderful, joyous, fragrant, colourful environment. You do it in stages. What is it, the type of thing you're looking for? Do you want to do it with pots, or do you want it in the ground? Have you got the soil that you need? Have you got the seeds, the plants, the whatever it is that you need, the fertilizer. But you're doing it in stages. You're not just trying to do it all at once, and you're going to shift things around. We've got Caroline, actually, she's the green fingers, not me. I need to be supervised in the garden.
He does. He often, I say, what have you done? I pulled those weeds out. That wasn't weeds. See, when we lived in England, I had to, slightly supervise him at times.
Yeah. So, but what you're doing is, and you're allowing your creative energy to flow between what you're trying to achieve. But the more that you do it, it's like you're sending this message out to the universe. You're sending this message out to your higher self, so that it's going to start supporting you more and more with what you need to become in that alignment with those wishes and those desires.
Yeah, and I think that creates a greater inner clarity then, and it's right stepping into our expanded self, our multi-dimensional selves, because we all know, everyone that's watching this channel, we are a spirit having a human experience, and the more we draw on that higher dimensional energy of what we are, the more we can create that and allow that. It's so often we can sometimes get a little bit resistant if we think we haven't got all the answers in one go. Well, we're not meant to have all the answers in one go. That's part of the journey, isn't it? This beautiful unfolding, one thing at a time. But as I say, treat these times like appointments with your soul. Those moments for your expansion, those moments for your evolution, these moments to just be a little bit more focused. And as we said, by doing that, then you open the doors, you open the channels, if you like, to this higher inspiration. So I'm sure Jarama's going to be coming through in a moment. I'm always so look forward to what they're going to share with us. And for those that maybe haven't tuned in before, Paul is Jarama's team, if you like. We've both always had teams of higher conscious beings, of infinite consciousness, that guide us and that love us all so much. They're part of our star family, galactic family. And I don't know at times where I'd be without their love and their guidance. So they come to help us expand. They know it's difficult sometimes in this denser energy, but feel into their energies also while Paul's talking. They're talking through Paul, and feel that energy. Let that inspire you.
Hello, my friends.
Hello.
As has been spoken about, now is indeed a time for action, but a time of action to be done with ease. So you're not trying to force anything, you're not trying to strive towards achieving something, but rather you're allowing it to unfold. Just as you are allowing your life to unfold, the more that you can be present in every given moment, you will find that you are strengthening your energies, because you are not allowing your focus to be, shall we say, scattered. The more you can be in the present moment, the more you are energizing everything about you. And if you can create an environment where that is more conducive to your creative juices flowing, then you are doing your part towards your further evolvement, towards your further spiritual journey. That journey that is part of what you signed up to do. And you will find that often as that process takes place, as you begin to really open up and communicate with a greater clarity to the information that you hold within you, because you are connected to the energy and the existence of everything. You have that divine, infinite understanding within you right now. So in taking this time out, as been spoken about, you are encouraging this situation to grow within you with a greater ease. It's about allowing, not doing. It is about transitioning into the true you, rather than trying to strive for something that you're not really sure about. Because when you are taking and allowing and creating space that allows this creative energy to come in, you will be taking decisions and therefore taking action that is inspired from the higher frequencies and resonance of your soul, rather than your conscious physical mind. That physical mind that often has conflict or conflicting information and energies from the ego self, the ego aspect. But it is also about being kind to yourself and listening to what your body is saying. And maybe that means that you need to rest more. Because as you rest, in those moments of rest between the action, those small steps that you are taking towards that goal, that desire that you have, you are allowing time to really integrate everything that is taken place. And as those energies of integration begin to expand more within you, it creates a greater clarity. And so the snowball begins to gather speed and momentum. You gather that greater momentum with what you're doing, because it is who you are. It is what you are creating within yourself. And as you create those energies within yourself and you allow yourself the freedom to express that creativity through that loving aspect of you, then life takes on a whole new meaning. So many things that maybe you were doing would just fall to the wayside because they hold no interest to you. They no longer have a draw to you. So be kind and loving throughout this whole process. And as these shall we say, these expansive energies that are coming into this earth to assist you, it will also be bringing that which is no longer required with you, the negative aspects that maybe were there once before that served a purpose but no longer do. These things will be coming up to the surface in your life, and you may find that you become a lot more tired. You may find that you have other symptoms, maybe some old symptoms that come up. But know that it is part of the process of letting go, of moving into your expanded self. And the more that you can set aside these moments of intentional focus, the easier it will be for you to move in to that energy of greater alignment. And when you move into that energy of greater alignment, you are awakening within you the truth of your being. And as you awaken the truth of your being, you are allowing that divine consciousness to be a stronger part of you. That divine consciousness that is part and parcel of everything in existence, because everything exists within it and as part of it. So trust in yourself. If there's one thing for you to do that. Trust yourselves, but trust yourselves from that point of greater clarity. And you will be amazed at what comes forth. You will be amazed at how those things that are on your wish list and those desires that you have that are in that same alignment with your journey, your expansion to that higher frequency, you'll be amazed at how quickly they begin to manifest within your life, because you are exuding the energy, the frequency and the resonance of it within yourself. And therefore the universe will create a match for that same energy within your experiences that you go through in this lifetime. But be patient, my friends. There's no rush. And there's no competition. You do it at your own pace, because it's all about you, the self aspect of you, and that higher frequency that is your natural state of existence. And with that, my friends, we will say goodbye for now.
May I ask you something?
Yes.
Would you be kind enough to offer us a little light language for inspiration?
Kia shito ko oshi na yerete. Ansha karankite to oshi. Kashina o. Shi aka aita ichino kuroshipe. Kantarashina. Ko shika a kitechino. Soto oshkana hiatahi. Ko kate ana shite rokshina maite. Sanashikatai te toshima. Tianta shitikita. So ranaye. And you do not need to understand what that was all about. You just need to allow the resonance of it to show you the way forward. Allow the resonance of it to open up within yourself all that you need, and to assist you in your further journey in this physical world. Remember, you are love, and you are loved, and always will be. Goodbye, my friends.
Thank you so much. Love to all. Take a couple of deep breaths together. Breathe in that inspirational energy, that light, and those frequencies that are really entwining with all our energy at this time for all of our evolution, including Mother Gaia, Mother Nature, the plants, the trees, the animals. Breathe those energies in. Know they are always there for us, always there to inspire us, to help us feel more connected, more centered and grounded in the truth of who we are. Thank you, Jarama. Thank you, Paul. So while Jarama was channeling, I just felt to add to these, this time for action, not only our wish list, but give gratitude and thanks for what we have in life, and ask, what do we love in life? What else would we love to see in our lives? Because it isn't always about things, is it? It's about the creating of this beautiful world to become even more compassionate, even more caring, where everybody is truly honoured and valued, and take that time to really give thanks for that, and to use your imagination, use your kind of daydreaming time to dream that in, because this is what we do in these times. We are really weaving in these energies, these strands of light, these components of light that are flooding into the universe. And you may well have heard of 3I Atlas, this interstellar object, I'm going to call it, because you know, some of the physicists are saying it isn't a comet, but what we feel and what we have understood as we have tuned into it ourselves and through our higher selves is it is a really advanced intelligence that is going to bring in these waves to uplift all of humanity, to upgrade our consciousness, to help remove these these resistances and this darker energy that has been such a part of these veils in and on the earth. And these frequencies are going to really now, because we have asked for them, because the majority of humanity wants to live with this greater freedom, these waves are coming in to assist that, to upgrade our consciousness, to connect us to that deeper sense of who we are and to our multidimensionality. So make that quiet time, and also be in nature, because nature is also being flooded with these codes and these frequencies, and she wants us also to be part of this whole beautiful energy of evolving together to create this beautiful world, so we all coexist in that loving energy. So be in nature. If you can be by the water. I said to Paul, we need to lighten up this weekend. We've had quite a few intense weeks, so we're actually getting out in our kayaks again.
Do a bit of paddling.
See some
that'd be fantastic.
And some manatees. We share what we achieved the other week.
Oh yes, we are now qualified open water scuba divers.
Woo! And for those of you that are already scuba divers, and even if you aren't, it's just like we've opened a couple of pages of a book. We've got a lot more experience in to get, which we will be doing.
But it's exciting.
But yeah, something.
And this has actually been on our wish list for like 30 years.
It has.
So
we finally did it.
Yeah.
Yay! Oh no, it was good.
Yeah. So really, and I just wanted to say that if you're getting a lot of benefit from these podcasts, then if you're not already a subscriber, then please subscribe, to like and share these videos, and also to make a comment. And while you're down there, maybe you'd like to also give us a little bit of insight into what steps of action that can you take now that will take you towards your wish list or your desires.
Or even what steps you've taken in the past. But mainly what can you do now, that first...
those small steps, you know, and just allow that creative energy to really become an infinite part of you.
So make those appointments with your soul to really expand your consciousness, to be open to that. Remember that you are the energy of inspiration. It isn't something external to be sought. So take that time to open those doors, those channels to communicate, and let that inspiration flow. And know that when you act from your truth, everything then can flow with a greater ease and grace. So set that time aside. I know Paul would say, get rid of distractions, phones, TVs, laptops, whatever else. And that's particularly important at this time, because the more we're away from those sort of distractions, the more we can tune into that purer energy, that divine conscious energy. So make those deliberate, intentional choices. Focus, remember, your focus determines your frequency. Focus determines your frequency. So, and then your frequency shapes your reality. Focus really does determine your frequency, and then that frequency determines your reality. So take all our love, take those times for action. Anything else you want to say,
No,
Paul?
just really just be you, your true you. The more you come to have this time of self to connect with your dreams, with your desires, with your wish list, you're going to start to become this more buoyant, this more fun-loving, this more joyous person, because that's the energy that's going to be coming into you. And
don't discount miracles.
Absolutely.
Miracles can happen in a flash of an eyelid. Yeah.
And it's your choice.
It is. It is.
So take that, be the strength that you are, and we believe you.
Yeah.
We believe in you, and we know that you can do this.
Can. So we look forward to hearing if any of your wishes have already come true.
Yeah.
We love you with all our hearts and all our souls. Thank you so much for tuning in, for listening. Have a great November. We will be back soon. The energetics update for November is already up on our channel if you haven't already listened. And remember, as Paul said, please click that like button, leave a comment and subscribe.
Yeah.
So from
and that
us,
just leaves us to say
Namaste.
Namaste.